Atiku is begging Peter Obi, PDP is also begging Peter Obi. Now all of them now see Peter Obi as hot cake. You see, let me tell you something. Politicians are the same thing. And if Peter Obi believe that Atiku Abubakar is going to step down for him, I think to me is joking. Because ADC, the person that formed ADC is Atiku Abubakar. And the reason why he formed that party is just because to contest. Peter Obi, I watched one interview where the chieftaincy of PDP is saying that they will bring back Peter Obi to PDP, that Peter Obi is their product. Point of correction, sir. Peter Obi is not your product. Peter Obi is from ABGA. So if Peter Obi want to go to his source, that should be ABGA, not PDP. But let us be sincere to ourselves. These politicians are just playing game. Peter Obi he needs to be very, very careful with all these politicians. If you want to contest, I think he should remain in Labour Party. Or rather, go back to PDP. Now they are begging him now. It's very certain PDP is going to give him that ticket. But if Peter Obi go to ADC and thinking that Atiku Abubakar is going to step down for him, he's lying. Let's watch this interview together. Then I will now come back and do my own point of this thing.
Sure. You mentioned that you were cautioning Peter Obi to be careful about the coalition. I mean, there have been rumors going around that the PDP is trying to woo him back. Is that a fact?
Yes, it's our product. We want to get him back indeed, because it's a very, very, great capital for any political party. The truth of the matter, if he had not gone the way he did in the last, dispensation and proved that mettle to be able to generate over 6 million, in spite of the rigging and the frustration of his chances in many of the states. Peter Obi is truly a political capital, no doubt about it, and every political party that will have the opportunity of getting him, it will be to their advantage. And certainly PDP is not losing that effort. We are also making that effort in the belief that in the fullness of time we might get him, and it will add more to the chances of PDP. And
what about Nyesom Wike? Is he an asset or is he a drag on the PDP at the moment? I mean, he's straddling two parties, isn't he? Well, essentially.
That's right. The last time I checked, he's still a member of the PDP. He hasn't come out to denounce his membership. And even if it's coming with some disadvantage, like many have observed.
What kind of disadvantage?
A lot of persons will say that he is also another albatross, to PDP.
So the PDP would be better off if he packed his bags and left, basically. That's what I'm inferring from what you're saying.
Probably, because to be honest with you, those who stand against the chances of the PDP or have been doing things that will not promote the interests of the PDP are not necessarily within the PDP. And as a party, anyone who will constitute clog on its wheel of progress is better out of the PDP, so the PDP will get itself together and be able to bring back that, democratic hope for Nigerians yet again. So certainly, if Nyesom Wike is not going to be to the advantage of the PDP, which many argue, then he can also bid PDP farewell so that he stand wherever he is and do his bid. But certainly, the PDP will not have one person, and there's not a single person that has that capacity to put PDP to shame. Whatever they must have done, we previously had a committee in place, which we're still reviewing, to deal with those dissenting voices, those who have taken another decision and have done things that will amount to anti-party. And Wike is said to be one of them for the number of petitions we have received.
So why don't you just fire him?
To me, if Peter Obi wants to go to PDP, I will say that he need to give them condition. Because if Wike is still in that PDP, he will not allow Peter Obi to run for president. And don't let me deceive you. The only person in this south that can compete with Bola Ahmed TINUBU is Peter Obi, no doubt about it. But from my own point of view, I don't think that Peter Obi can win that election. But if Peter Obi gets people from the north, from the south, because he got over 6 point something million votes last election. So it's obvious that if he can gather more from the north, and PDP have about, let's say, 6 or 7 governors from the north. So I think if Peter Obi go to PDP, is sure, or let me say, it's possible for him to win that 2027 election. But if this guy is this day, Nyesom Wike, it's going to be very difficult. Let's proceed.
Expel him from the party.
Once the committee comes up with its recommendation in that light, certainly there will be no stopping us from doing so. We would get rid of them all.
Right. But I mean, it is the PDP, and you speak very confidently and very authoritatively, and I have to say very impressively.
Thank you,
I mean, for a party that many people believe is on its knees, I mean, is there any reflection taking place within the, because these are kind of bravado words that we're hearing from you. I mean, are you guys sitting back and really, reflecting on what is happening to the party? With Atiku, for example, I mean, that's just one person. The fact that virtually all the founding fathers and the original members are going or are gone, and so many people have lost faith in the party. I mean, one of the reasons Atiku gave for leaving is that the party has diverged from its foundational principles. That was the same thing that people like Emeka Ihedioha has said. That's the same thing that Dele Momodu said, who has just left as well. And a whole slew of others. I mean, they can't all be wrong. And I mean, according to Atiku's spokesman Paul Ibe, some PDP party members were now working openly with the ruling APC party. And this is one of the reasons that Atiku left. And you have to give it to him in terms of the potential credence of what he's saying. If you guys are allowing Nyesom Wike to remain in the party and is openly saying he's going to work to bring, President TINUBU back. I mean, is that what is happening in the PDP, that they're openly working with the APC, or do you think that his departure is specifically focused, as some of your colleagues have said, on his quest to run for the presidency?
That's clearly it, Charles. There's no other reason. Okay, in 2006, when he left for the first time to contest under the ACN, was the foundational values of the PDP eroded at that time? When he tried again in 2011 against Goodluck Jonathan, even refusing the president then, sitting president, the right of first refusal, were the foundational values of PDP eroded at that time? When he tried again in 2015, went and supported the APC to bring Muhammadu Buhari in power, were the foundational values of PDP eroded? So when he goes now, he would find, this is what the lawyer would call an alibi, finding an excuse from nowhere, to justify action. If he doesn't get his ambition promoted in the same coalition, it's as dead as a rival. He's not a member. All that Atiku is obsessed with is to contest for the president of Nigeria at all costs. And when a person begins to think that he's indispensable in a movement, then it leaves much to be desired, even in his sincerity, in that mission. So by now, one would be expecting Atiku Abubakar to have called it off, to have raised some other successors to say, 3 decades after, he's still aspiring for the presidency. It mustn't be you. If you can't see anybody all along this, then it's unfortunate. So PDP is not losing any sleep.
Well, to be fair to him, we don't know. I mean, his spokesman said he didn't leave the PDP because of his ambition to run for president in 2027. He hasn't declared any ambition yet.
That is what
so we'll have to wait and see. Maybe by some fluke of chance, he might support someone else. I mean, you don't know for sure, do you?
When we get to that bridge, we'll be fair to him. But I dare him to announce tomorrow that he's supporting Peter Obi or any other person in that coalition.
Yeah, but the point is that it doesn't make things better for the PDP, though, does it? I mean, what can the PDP now say? Because beyond, individuals, Atiku or Wike or Obi or whatever, what can the PDP now say to Nigerians is the reason to still believe in the party? Because all they can see is internal fights. I mean, you're sitting here, perhaps rightly so, but you're still sitting here. And I mean, it's all about, this person or that person or whatever. And these are, solid members, I mean, very sort of influential members of your party. What can you say to Nigerians is the reason to still believe in the party? Because all they can see is internal fights that have bent and twisted the PDP completely out of shape, defections that have severely weakened the party, and it comes across as no longer being able to operate even as an opposition party, talk less of actually winning a national election.
I would respond by reminding you, Charles, that PDP is 27 years today, and the longest Nigeria has had throughout democratic experience, even if it is to be started from the First Republic. No political party has lasted within this period. And that was the period, 16 years of its managing the affairs of this country. Nigeria, as at 2015, when we lost power, was the third fastest economy in the world, next to only Qatar and China, and the fastest in Africa, fastest growing economy. Nigerians must be reminded this, and then we will govern this country on a single digit inflation. We conceded, the loss of power even before counting was over. We demonstrated statesmanship. We created democratic ambience and civil, freedom for Nigerians, for this democracy to flourish and thrive. We conducted elections and allowed the umpire, INEC, to dictate, the pace.
Well, some would argue against that.
You see, I will say much about this thing again. You can watch the remaining on YouTube. But the thing is this. I will just urge Peter Obi to keep playing that game that he's playing. Because don't let me deceive you. If Peter Obi leave Labour Party completely, it's going to affect him. Because Atiku is not ready to leave that party for anybody. Atiku is not ready to leave that party for anybody. So he needs to be very careful. If Atiku wants to contest for president, nothing Peter Obi can do about that. If Peter Obi cannot remain in Labour Party, he should just, defect to PDP. Now that PDP is urging him now to come back, it's like PDP is like hot cake now. Everybody wants him. Everybody wants him. So because I'm 100% sure that Atiku Abubakar is going to betray him. And the reason why Atiku Abubakar created ADC is just because he wants to become the president. And he knew that all the PDP governor in that PDP, they will not allow him to contest. So to me, Atiku just wants to use the opportunity that Peter Obi has. So he needs to be very careful. I will not say much than this. My name is Lekuti Oyeyemi. Bye for now.
Please subscribe to Facetv Africa and turn the notification on. Facetv Africa, subscribe.
Face TV. Muswobi.